You know what old Jack Burton always says at a time like this? Who? Jack Burton. Me. Big Trouble in Little China, an absolute classic 1980s comedy horror action adventure film. Featuring Kurt Russell in the role he was meant to play, Jack Burton. This is one of my all-time favorite John Carpenter films, and it turns out there's a German dub available, so let's take a look and see if we can find any interesting translations here and there. Do you really believe in magic? You mean Chinese black magic? Absolutely. And I suppose monsters and ghosts as well? Sure, and sorcery. And you expect me to believe this also? Why? Because it's real! It's kind of interesting that in both languages there are multiple words for magic that all seem interchangeable with one another. In German we have Magie, Zauberei und Hexerei, and in English we have magic, sorcery, and wizardry. The German word for witch or sorceress is die Hexe, and the male equivalent is Zauberer. The word Zauber also shows up in some semi-related words in German, like bezaubernd, meaning enchanting. Jack, first I've got to go somewhere. No, you don't. Yeah, I do. So how about I pay you the money later? You'll pay me the money now. Where do you have to go anyway? To the airport. Yeah, right. Over my dead body. I found it very interesting when I first learned that the exact same idiom exists in both languages. Over my dead body is nur über meine Leiche in German, with die Leiche of course meaning the corpse. This also gives rise to a few unexpected terms in German, like die Leichenhalle, meaning the morgue, but quite literally meaning hall of corpses. Is she pretty? I'm gonna marry her, Jack. Oh God. Donnerwetter literally refers to a thunderstorm, but curiously it can also be used as a very generic exclamation in German, meaning something like, gosh, I'm amazed by what I just heard or saw. This also shows up in the German equivalent of all hell will be let loose, which is es wird ein schönes Donnerwetter geben. Take it easy, Jack, you're with friends. We'll find your truck. Darn right you will, Wang, and my money. And time is money to a guy like me, and your phone is dead, by the way. Am Arsch sein is a very amusing and somewhat vulgar expression in German which can have several possible meanings. In the context of someone complaining about a telephone, it's clear that Jack means it's dead. But this expression can be used in a few other ways as well. To be out of luck, to be dead in the water, to be boned, or just generally to be in a hopeless situation. Come on, Lopan is like, nothing you can understand. There are many mysteries, many unanswerable questions, even in a life so short as yours. Unbeantwortbare is a bit of a mouthful. Let's break it down. Die Antwort is the answer, and this can be used as a verb with the form antworten. But antworten is only used in response to an animate source like a person. Warum antwortest du mir nicht is why don't you answer me? If the thing that you're answering is not a person, but rather an inanimate object or a concept, like a question, you don't use antworten, but rather beantworten. Bitte beantworten Sie die Frage is please answer the question. The bar suffix matches the meaning of the ibel suffix in English, so eine beantwortbare Frage would literally be an answerable question or a question that can be answered. The prefix un has the same meaning in German as in English, so we end up here with Es gibt viele unbeantwortbare Fragen. There are many unanswerable questions. You have come a long way to find me, but it is too late. There are two girls here with green eyes, and I will marry them both. Hey, you never know till you try. Jack Burton's bullets have no effect on Lopan's telepathic messenger creature. When the others look at Jack after his bullets have no effect, Jack simply replies with, hey, you never know till you try. The German translation of this line just feels a bit off to me. They went with, naja, man weiß es nie, wenn man es nicht versucht, which is a perfectly literal translation of the English line, but it just doesn't feel quite as punchy as the English. I don't know if there's a good equivalent German expression here. Another way of phrasing this in English would be, it was worth a shot, which in German might be ein Versuch war es wert, but that again makes the German sound rather literal and less slangy than the English line. Maybe sometimes there's just no good way to translate a one-liner like this. That'll do it for this episode. If you have a favorite TV show or movie in English and you'd like me to break down and analyze the German dub of it, post a comment down below or shoot me an email and I'll see if I can find the German dub online and give it a try. That's all for now. We will see you next time on Learn German from TV.